Boom, what? Okay, it's content creation time. It's video making time. It's time to get out your hashtags, get out your SEO, get out your blog, building, content, influencer, grab bags, because it's time to make some content for the VHS boy. Anyway, that's not how we usually say it. We're talking about this week. Oh, and I guess you record in the daytime now. I guess, okay, there's sunlight coming in. Huh. Sunlight. Day. Daytime. Sun. You know? Solar. Masculine. Energy. Not the toxic kind, actually the beautiful kind. From our sun that's going to kill our planet in, 20 odd years or maybe less. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're not talking about climate change, even though it's real, you bunch of fucking deniers. And if you deny it, then don't, unfollow me. Don't unfollow me or unfollow me. Do one of those things because we're talking, I'm over here, I'm trying to talk about Raising CAIN. I'm trying to talk about not the chicken restaurant from the Midwest. I'm trying to talk about Brian De Palma's Raising CAIN. Like Cain and Abel from the Bible. Have you ever read that? Have you ever heard of that? Have you ever seen it? Have you ever been to the Bible? Have you ever ridden on The Bible Goes West? Have you ever ridden on The Bible Goes to Space at Disney? Anyway, Raising CAIN, a Brian De Palma film. Now, I like Brian De Palma quite a bit. He has a strong era there in the 70s and 80s into the early 90s, and then 2000s hit, and late 2000s, or up to today. He came out with a movie last year called Domino. It's bad. It's real bad. It's trash. It's garbage. He's getting old. He's getting senile. He's an incredible talent who goes to some dark, serious places. Now that's what I like. In all seriousness, Brian De Palma, similarly to, he has a similar sensibility in some ways to Lars von Trier, whom I also adore. Now, Lars von Trier is dark as it gets. Brian De Palma, also pretty dark. He faces extremely taboo subjects head on, and yet manages to portray a pretty truthful, sincere, like a brutally honest depiction of society, of the darker parts of our psyche. He's really into doppelgangers. He's really into guys dressing up as women, in Hard to Kill. Is that what it is? Hard to Kill. No, not Hard to Kill. Hard to Kill is the Steven Seagal one we did the other day. Dressed to Kill. In Dressed to Kill, Michael Caine dresses up as a woman. In this one, John Lithgow dresses up as a woman. And now, see, it's not some gimmick, though. It's not some fetish to Brian De Palma. In this case, he is talking about deeply disturbed, psychologically damaged people, similar to maybe some David Cronenberg in his early films. He was often talking about sort of psychological, sort of what am I trying to say? What am I, a fucking doctor? No, I'm just trying to describe movies. I'm saying that I think these guys are really smart, actually. I think they're taking the thriller and horror genre to speak about very true things about society, very real things about damaged human beings, about mental health that we are only just now as a whole society becoming aware of. I'm serious. These guys were way ahead of us because this movie came out in 1992. This is a fucked up movie. This is a movie that starts off in the first 5 minutes about kidnapping a child. This is about severe parental abuse, manipulation, torture, like deeply dark subject matter. And so, a movie like this is not inherently fun to watch, but I kind of admire the guy for just being like, yeah, I'm gonna go super fucking dark and serious and talk about something very real in the context of maybe like an overblown, overwrought, over the top sort of thriller film where it is overacted. It is, there is something that feels sort of David Lynch-like, some sort of, it's almost like a soap opera in the way that it's acted and the way that it's lit and shot. Everything is dramatic, everything is big and overly emotional or overly sentimental almost. And I'm like, overly sentimental, hey, go to the Hallmark store and get me a dang card. And so that's not really a joke, that's just kind of like all I could think of. Anyhow, John Lithgow plays Carter Nix, a respected psychologist, loving husband, and devoted father. Oh, but we know pretty fast that Carter Nix is a real creep, because he tries to, well, he what he tries to do is pretty dark, and it just goes dark, 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 darkity, dark, dark, the whole time. This movie, what is it? It's the unraveling of a man's grip on reality. And it's his little dainty little wife who is sort of in a very knowingly, what the hell am I trying to say? What am I trying to say here? I liked this movie. I'm struggling to know what to say about it. It's a rough one. Is it good? Is it like fun to watch? No. Is it smart? Yeah. Is it presented in a pastiche? That's the word. This is not presenting reality as it seems, but it's presenting sort of like an oversaturated reality that is just a little bit off from everyday experience and yet presenting something quite real. So what is this? Is this the VHS boy? Where's the bits? Where's the jokes? What am I surrounded by? Is there anything, can we do any material in this? What is this? A lamp cover? Hey, I'm like, where's the, get me to the, hey, where's get me to Magnolia? Where's the gains? Where's Chip and what's her name? To kind of, for my Target deals. You know what I'm talking about? Those people? They're really cool and they're neat they're kind of enjoyable to get on board with, and I'm talking, oh man, there's freaking plants in here. That has a lot to do with Raising Cain. There's like some Simpsons back there and stuff. So anyway, Raising Cain, sort of don't venture into this dark night alone unless you're ready for it, unless you like super fucked up movies about the truth of how fucked up humanity actually is. But if you're sort of like a person who's going to be renting Mulan from Disney Plus for $30, probably not the movie for you. If you're the person who's, I don't know, watching The Good Place, if The Big Bang Theory is your favorite show, if I don't know, Fuller House season 4 is on your top 10 list, probably don't be watching this. But if you're like, yeah, I like to dig into the dregs of humanity, into the black gunk of how people really are, then yeah, I think you'll be fine with Raising Cain, one of the darker entries from Brian De Palma. Insane that this movie got made. Insane that he, from just writing the script, presenting it to producers, trying to sell this motherfucker. It's like, dude, they don't make shit like this anymore. Now everything has to be like, oh, did we offend your gentle sensibility? Everything has to be so fucking politically correct. This is when movies were speaking the dark, honest truth, not glorifying those dark truths, but just saying, hey, yeah, humanity is fucked. This is how we act, all right? And this is not okay. We're portraying it in a not okay light, instead of trying to dance around in this little squeaky clean fucking cushy society. So fuck you. And if you don't like that, unfollow me. I don't give a shit, man. And also, these are mostly jokes except for that last part, so fuck off.